Hey y'all, welcome back to another stream. Getting a bit of a late start, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. Y'all know the shebang. If you don't, feel free to ask questions, and I'll be happy to answer them along the way. Most of the stuff that I want to share is in the scroll, and may or may not be shown up. May or may not show up in the chat space. But yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know, and I will answer them. Alright. Alright, so we're currently on chapter 25. Got a little bit of writing done earlier today. Didn't hit 3,000 words today, so I'm hoping for a bit more than 3,000 today. What did we end off with yesterday? 89 something? So I'm hoping for 11.9 something. And I'm currently at 98. So yeah, about a third of the way there. Alright. So Elements is a little behind. Anyway, let's get to writing. The character's nearly passed out yesterday, and now today she's essentially rescued. So let's go. Brunette nodded. Her body. Oh, wait. Sorry about that. I do need to try to grift, so. Yeah, when we get to 5 viewers, then that will grow again, and then 10, and we'll get a full page. I know it's not a lot for a full hour-ish, or even probably less than an hour, but we'll see what we get. The brunette nodded, her body nearly leaning forward with the motion. So I got stuff flashing on my screen. I need to... getting distracted. Sorry. Leaning forward with emotion. Had her hands not been braced on the mare's shoulders, or had Nick not been keeping his arms close by, she might have toppled from the small action. With no regard to what just happened, she elaborated. She had a device that lit up the forest as if she pulled the sun from the sky. She heard and a breath behind her. She did what? Bear shook her head. I don't know what exactly it was. These words. The next things so bright. I was looking directly at the sun. I don't know what. is not something the scout ever wanted to witness. It was... she trailed off. There wasn't trail off. Not finding. Fighting? Finding the right word. To do a road in silence again. I rode in silence for several minutes. Asked, are we going in the right direction? Bear looked around to get her bearings. The tribe was near the heart of the western portion of Sylark. Wait, eastern. Yeah, this mixed up too much. If they had moved, she wouldn't know. If they had moved, she didn't know. But if they had, they would be closer. Nowhere than they were. And the distance would be that much shorter. Currently, you could see that they were still their selves journey. They're still a couple days away where she recalled him to be. In another day, they were a day out. They were a day away. Pushed it away. Pierre frowned at the thought, pushed it away. Mountains to the south. Mountains were to the south. The mountain edge to the south, and the soil was beginning to firm and rise. Yeah, and raise up higher. Dense. Alright, get her up, but push it away. She said, another day and a half. Straight east. So I believe these parts. her statement just now gave her bodies. If that a sort of woman. Okay. Dropped her off so soon into the forest. Did that mean the tribe wasn't far off? Or was she really? Just trying to torture. Oh, there's that realizations they just had that Farrah should have. Well, let's go with it. I wish you were really just trying to torture her. Weakened body for other uses later. For torture later. Was the dead man kind on purpose? Very kind. A feeling tugged at her from the back of her head. She felt like she should know who that dead man was. Luca. The last couple days. We'll replay. Last couple days. A prisoner of her laughing guard. Guard to Nick finding her. Oh, that's right. It's dark now too, isn't it? I'm so bad at time. To Nick finding her. Let me make a note. Alright, so Nick cared for her through the night, and in the morning, there we go. Problem solved. Sorry for any dizziness in the corner there. The last couple of days from the time that she was pulled from the guard to Nick finding her and nursing her to walking health. Sped by evenings. She tried to recall as she tried to grasp what she felt like she should be recalling. She whispered as she as realization set in. Lucas said the Azores. Waiting on the Foreseen's return. Alright. So decent amount of action in that chapter. And I'm pausing now because I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next with this. But let me see what work we're at. I'm doing the chat. This is because I like this toy. Ooh. Oh yeah, for a house painting. God, I don't know why it does that. I'll have to look into that. But cool beans. So 1,600 words away from hitting my goal for the day. Alright. But no, we're working on the next chapter now. Alright, for the jump. Chapter 26. Okay, so I had one day I think we're going to visit Deja again. Declared as she chewed on a piece of jerky at one of the Foreseen Knights. Elric. I like Elric. I need a list of names, dang it. It's a quick name. Provided to her. She was sitting around the fire with Kit and the other two guards, with Mimi not too far off. With Remy bound, not too far off. The other two guards. A small camp, complete with small tents, had been set up for the small group while they awaited the Azords and the Carlathian envoy to show up by the third day, as promised. We shall see. The lead knight. I gotta give him a name now too. Let's see. Sorry. I feel like I want to call him Tim. Just have everybody have like a simple 3-letter name. Is it terrible? It feels terrible though. Todd with 2 Ds? Kit and Todd? Nobody's had a normal name so far, so start out in normal names. Let's see. Let's go with. I'm just gonna stick my hands on the keyboard. Oh, that doesn't help at all. Ooh, Papon. You should tell if that was his personal name or his family name. Lily Knight Papon replied, biting into his own jerky in response. Days have already passed. He just pointed out. If they wanted to, if they wanted to meet, they would have arrived already. Let me make note of the scenery. It was now the evening of the second day, with the sky turning from a light cerulean blue to an inky, indigo darkness, with pinpricks, points of starlight, blinking into view. 2 days has passed. Went out if they wanted to meet, they would have arrived already. We said 3, and we will honor 3. So, spoke up. He was gathering some soft breads. Excuse me. He's gathering some soft breads. That their rider might have paused. It's possible that the rider might have paused before rest. So I paused again, knowing they still have time. It is possible. Deja frowned and pursed her lips and thought she wanted to. Excuse me. Deja frowned and pursed her thoughts. Oh, excuse me. Kip had a point, but she felt like it was pointless. Kip had a point, but she felt like meeting with these people would be a pointless endeavor. They had explained to her after the deal was struck the importance of ensuring that her nation that she was safe. Excuse me. They had explained to her how to struck the importance of ensuring her nation knew that she was safe. So she, and while she was aware of that importance, the knowledge did nothing to quell the desire to want to get on with her dreams. Ooh, excuse me. Oh man, sleepiness is kicking in hard. Sorry, I got a message just looking at it. About that though, so anyway, sorry. And while she was aware of the importance of emotion, her desire to get on with her dreams. The only reason she didn't was because she needed these nights to help guide her smoothly into Fornea proper, and on to the city kingdom of Francia. If she did them dirty, if she broke her word with them, then that would lead to more friction as she neared her goals. She couldn't have that if she was to fulfill her destiny and fight the great evil and the great darkness. And she would need as much at her disposal as she could muster. Oh dear. As much as she could gather. So her destiny and darkness if Kashif was hello. Oh yay, buffering. If Kashif was truthful in his assessment of Prince's scientific discoveries, then this would be an invaluable stop for her. She needed to find her she waited. So, did with these men. So the others were to uphold their bargain, their end of the bargain. She would be. She could assure whoever it was from Carlath, that she was just fine and she will return once she has gathered all of the information she could ever hope to gain. Knowing her kinsmen, they'd probably insist she go back immediately. I think another paragraph. They'd probably insist that she go back immediately. She has stating something about her having no business outside. About her having no real business outside of the Sandy Nation. Take it up, horse, for that. And these 4-man knights could easily take on one. Lucas, say who the councilman? I want to say yes. Councilman, if she is getting into, if he tries to fuck. Ooh, excuse me. So yawny. Sorry about that. Should be on counter. Distracting myself. Sorry. They can of course go, and these are knights could easily do it. So if it was a diplomatic endeavor, they might not have the same. They might not end the fight the same way if the other other Carlathian guards whose bodies were taken away to be burned. She tried not to think about it, to dwell on it. Too much. But the thought of her fellow Carlathians being piled up inside the blaze. Big bug. She reminded herself that it was their custom to do this after large-scale skirmishes, as a way oh god, it's fine. To the victor for the spoils and all that. Still, that she should remain here while their lifeless bodies were consumed into this house. Put a weight on her consciousness that she did not expect to have. They were only dead because they were trying to get her back. They were only dead because they were trying to bring her back to her home. Kesha was also dead because he was trying to bring her back to Carlos. That's done more. That's done more. That's done more. It was because of her that their bodies were, they drained of life, but their lives had ended prematurely, Kesha was also dead because he was trying to bring her back to Kesha. Nope, here was also among those men trying to bring her back to the memory of her poisoning him, so she could make her escape was vivid. Was a vivid intruder. Was a vivid intruder in her mind each time she thought about the bonfire, about the fire, and her metaphor. Let's see. That was a kind of a tangent, so let's see where the group was talking. Hold on. Let's see. Spoke up. The group had gotten comfortable with the silence after Kip's reasoning, and the young knight, the young man went to take the breads over to Rainy, who reluctantly ate what he was, excuse me, being offered. Asia watched the two men for a while and then looked over at Buffon. Somehow she had a feeling that Cranes, yeah, did not have the same prisoner system that Karlath had. Coupon glanced from his meal, his jerky, to the bound and healing prisoner, then looked at the looked Bisha in the eyes, in the face. He will stand trial and be asked to explain his actions. Depending on how well the panel takes his explanations, depending on how, I will say well, depending on how the panel takes his explanations, he will be, is it punished? Judged and punished accordingly. Let's make the punishments. Does the city have? The night chore. Yeah, I was a chortled. Deja was surprised that such a sound existed. Something of a laugh between a laugh and a snicker. She didn't ask him about the noise though, and he explained. There are a variety. Most are given supervised food. Supervised leave, whereupon most are given sentences. I'll say jail time. Are given jail sentences and are only allowed out of their cells to toil for the kingdom. One day of labor allows them 2 days. The labor is not, I don't say worth it. Labor is not anything to, I'll say season. The labor is laborious. So, we would not. So it evens out for those who want to follow that. Probably more stuff needed, but it's fine. Those that don't stay in the jail until their sentence is up. Others are condemned to death or execution, or exile. Those are the most common. Sometimes the panel gets creative. is demanding indentured servitude, such as servitude for a year, such as placing a thief into his career, making one work different profession. Or making one retoil the entire field and place of the jail sentence. Palace and place of the jail sentence. It all depends on how they take your friends. Testimony. He reiterated and continued. Since he's a foreigner, it's likely that the result will be exile. But what does that just mean? We're taking him to Praencia only to bring him back here? You should thought asked, confused by the logic. The man nodded. Yes, it's not efficient. He admitted. But this is to ensure that the proper justice does get served. Oh, I just thought we wanted to go with this, but I don't remember anymore. It's also likely that there may be other punishments. Full exile is the most likely. I'll say reluctance, but he's not understanding. It seemed like a lot of unnecessary work. You could just fight him to the death now, but it did also give him the chance to live, which is what she did try to encourage. That, like, we're getting info dump here, but I don't like that no action is happening here. Alright, got about 800 more words to go, but I'm gonna start wrapping it up, I guess. One more day. One more day. hours later, we met at the camp. Had settled down for rest. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream here. We're just I hate. Okay, we'll get 7 more minutes and then I'll wrap it up. Let's see how much I can work in 7 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and focus. I'm gonna turn off the microphone. Give me a sec. I'll keep the microphone on, but I'll minimize chat so I'm not looking at chat. Okay. Let's try to do a sprint in 7 minutes. Well, 5 minutes, and then I'll probably ramble for 2. Anyway, a few hours later, the camera is set for rest. Deja lay on her back, staring up at the starry night. Starry night. The nights, the Foreseen nights. Sprint. The Foreseen nights. I decided to take turns and watch the concept. Figure out that tried to teach her. Let's see. Was a sitting rest, whittling a small branch into some sort of shape that Deja could not make out before she lay down, nor could she even now. Instead, she sat up and looked around. You okay? Called the night. His name was Boswell. Called the night. The night named Boswell. She nodded. I want to go to prisoner, she said. He eyed her. No weapons. She held up her hands as if to surrender, and then undid her right belt, I don't know what to call it, and allowed it to drop to the ground with both of her long daggers hitting the earth with a soft thud. You might not be awake. Boswell gave an affirmative nod. You might not be awake, you know. He warned her. Deja shrugged. I'll be watching. A smirk crossed her face. It was less because she had something in mind, but more that she knew that if they were to be told or Stuntian, these men would have her back. It felt weird. Needing someone to have her back. To have her back. She should ideally be the strongest and be able to take care of everyone. That's why she needs to continue this pilgrimage. Whatever happened, whatever the sacrifice. Sorry, Kisha. She mentally apologized as she crossed the grass toward the curled up body of the Azordic tractor. Alright, so 7:15, not 7:15, 9:15, so like I said, about 5-ish minutes, and then I'll spend the rest of the time rambling. Where are we at time-wise? Oh, literally a minute left. So let's take a look at the word count. I'm just going to do it in Twitch, because it doesn't look like we have anybody in YouTube currently. I'm just trying to do this to avoid spam, to be quite honest. So do it in here. Oh, it did it in. Okay, I think I see why it doubled up then. Good to know. 300 words away, so I'll probably get those knocked out off stream. But I am going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I'll try to be back tomorrow night. I've got some packing to do for my trip, so that will be done tomorrow night too. So tomorrow's going to be fun. We'll see what goes where tomorrow night, but I am planning on streaming. If not, keep an eye out on Discord. I'll keep people appraised there. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. Just remember, all proceeds from the stream go to babydj.org, and if you feel the need to donate directly, go to babydj.org, and there should be a donation button that you can use to make a donation. Alright, y'all. I will see you next time, whether it's tomorrow or Thursday. Bye!